The sun's energy is essential to human existence. It gives us warmth, light, and it's a necessary part of many life-giving processes like photosynthesis. In humans, it is responsible for the production of vitamin D. It can, however, also cause skin damage, erythema, skin aging, dermatological pathologies, and even skin cancer. Therefore, as with all natural life processes, it is important to achieve a correct balance. We need to allow exposure to the sun while at the same time preventing skin damage. And to help achieve this balance, leading international scientists have discovered and studied the incredible photoprotective properties of a tropical fern called Polypodium Leuco-tomos. The story of Polypodium Leuco-tomos originates in the rainforests of Central America. Over thousands of years, it evolved from being an aquatic to a land plant, developing endogenous mechanisms to protect itself from the sun and repair damage. It has been used for centuries by Native Americans for the treatment of inflammatory skin disorders such as psoriasis and eczema. In the early 1990s, Dr. Thomas Fitzpatrick, a leading American dermatologist, and his team at the Harvard Medical School started to study the role of oral and topical Polypodium Leuco-tomos in helping protect skin from UV radiation.
At Harvard, at the beginning of the 1990s, together with Dr. Fitzpatrick and his team, we began studying Fernblock's activity against reactive oxygen species and found that it had significant antioxidant properties which were very specific against certain reactive species, and that it differed from traditional antioxidants because, as we discovered, its antioxidant properties were fundamentally responsible for the beneficial effect we had observed in terms of skin protection against ultraviolet radiation. Around 1995-96, we published the first studies in healthy human volunteers, which demonstrated that not only did oral consumption of Fernblock reduce erythema and redness caused by ultraviolet radiation, but it also reduced damage to cellular DNA, which is of course considered to be the first step towards the possible development of skin cancer. We observed that it also preserved the skin's immune system and defenses. For the first time, we demonstrated the possibility of developing systemic photoprotection, and it was the first time that through oral administration alone, skin could be protected against damage caused by ultraviolet radiation.
The Harvard team began collaborating with IFC, a leading Spanish pharmaceutical company specializing in dermatology. Together, they developed a cultivation and extraction process to maximize the photoprotective properties of the fern extract, subsequently patented as Fernblock. Fernblock is the basis of Heliocare, a complete range of oral and topical sun protection products.
Plants are living beings and as such are complicated and vary throughout the year with the seasons and environmental conditions. Working with them requires a lot of care and detailed procedures. We have successfully developed a standardized process by which we obtain a standardized extract, regardless of the time of year and environmental conditions. Perfecting this process has been a long task, and obviously any modification to the process would drastically change the properties and thus the activity and efficacy of the extract.
At the plantation in Honduras, IFC has faithfully recreated the optimal natural habitat and growing conditions of Polypodium Leuco-tomos. The plantation is located on the shores of Lake Yohoa at 700 meters above sea level. It occupies an area of approximately 40 hectares and is managed by a local staff of qualified biologists, botanists, and agronomists.
Polypodium Leuco-tomos is a fern which is indigenous to the coastal areas of Honduras. It is an epiphytic plant meaning that it usually grows on other plants or trees, and in the case of Polypodium Leuco-tomos, it's usually found on corozo or African palm trees. In our plantation, we have succeeded in domesticating it by recreating the same condition as its natural habitat.
Unlike seed plants, ferns grow from spores which are found on the undersides of the leaves. Each year, spores are collected from the strongest, healthiest leaves or fronds. As they germinate and grow, they are transferred to new culture medium, where nutrients and growing conditions are specifically suited to their next stage of development. It takes the fern about 3 to 4 months to reach maturity. Special care and attention are necessary at every stage of the fern's growth. This ensures that the plants all develop the same characteristics and properties. No artificial fertilizers or chemical agents are used during the growing process. When the ferns reach maturity, the leaves are cut, dried, and prepared for shipment to Spain, where the extraction process will take place.
We carefully follow all quality assurance standards and ecological farming principles for natural food products for human consumption.
In Spain, the dried Polypodium Leuco-tomos arrives at IFC laboratories just outside of Madrid. It is here that the special extraction and purification process takes place.
We have defined a series of analytic specifications for Fernblock, our Polypodium Leuco-tomos extract, and each batch is carefully checked in our laboratory to ensure that it contains the active ingredients at the determined levels and that it is biologically active. First, we submit the extract to physical-chemical analysis. We check its characteristic appearance under ultraviolet and infrared light, and then it is analyzed under HPLC, high-performance liquid chromatography, to ensure it contains the active molecules. After completing these tests, we conduct the most important analysis, which is antioxidant activity, conducted in vitro, and photoprotective activity in human fibroblast cells.
Once the quality of the extract has been validated, it enters the manufacturing process of Heliocare oral capsules and topical sunscreen formulations.
Fernblock is the technology with the most complete scientific evidence in the field of photoprotection. A large number of articles have been published in leading international scientific and medical journals, which demonstrate the many beneficial effects of Fernblock in photoprotection.
We have conducted similar analyses on other products claiming to be based on Polypodium Leuco-tomos. We have tested them in the laboratory and seen that they contain neither the photoprotection active ingredients nor the photoprotection activity which Fernblock has.
Fernblock is particularly indicated for people with light skin, those with a personal or family history of skin cancer, as well as in patients who suffer from photodermatoses, diseases aggravated by the sun, polymorphous light eruption. It's also recommended as a complement for those who use topical sunscreen, such as, for example, the prevention of photoaging, or to protect against hyperpigmentation and melasma.
We control the entire production process from the plantation in Honduras, which we audit and visit regularly, right up to the delivery of the finished products to the pharmacy. That is to say, we have control over the quality of the fern, its dried and ground leaves, the Fernblock extraction process, and all manufacturing stages to obtain the final topical and oral Heliocare sun protection products.
Fernblock has an excellent safety profile. All toxicological studies that have been conducted have ruled out the possibility of any negative side effects.
Heliocare products are sold in over 50 countries around the world.
Fernblock is a completely safe technology.
Humans need the sun to survive, but we need to protect ourselves from the harmful effects of the sun's rays. The unique properties of Fernblock provide effective protection, making Heliocare oral and topical formulations ideal for safe, healthy exposure.